Yeah. Well,
Hello. Hiya. Just testing. 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 Okay. Good. Hi, Lionel. Hiya. Thank you. Thank you for coming to my chat room. And I know you from our last. Thank you. So I know you from last time I met you in my last live stream, and I'm honored to meet you again. And I know you are one of the UK AIESEC founders.
Well, that's right.
Yeah, and this is a really nice place, and you said that there wasn't like this before. What does it look like?
What was that?
We're here in the arts club.
Yes.
Yeah, so you've been here for quite a while, and you told me that it wasn't like this before. What is the original when you were first joining the arts club, and what was it look like?
It was like an old gentleman's private club, very dark and dusty. And I joined because I had a friend who was a member who persuaded me to join, and I'm glad I did because they then embarked on a refurbishment program, which turned into a very good looking club.
So what makes you to stay with the club for such a long time?
It's very convenient for me. It's a sort of home away from home in the centre of London, and so it's a nice place to come. It's a particularly good place for meetings. If I want to meet with somebody, I just ask them to meet me at the arts club. Everybody loves to do that, so it's not a problem.
Yeah.
It's an attraction.
So personally, do you like arts?
Yes, very much so.
And I know that you also helped Denby become one of the largest pottery companies in the world as well.
No, one of the largest ceramic companies, stoneware companies. Yes,
So was that also part of your main job when you graduated from university?
yes. What happened was I graduated from university and I became a distributor in the United States for Denby stoneware. Then I eventually got involved with the head company in Derbyshire, but it started out as me being distributor of the stoneware, and we were the most important stoneware dinnerware lane in America, North America. Yeah, so it was a very successful program.
So were you origin from America, or you were born here in the UK?
I was born in London.
Yeah, and last time you told me that you went to LSE.
That's correct.
Yeah, and you told me that you realized you want to go to LSE to study economics when you were only 12 years old.
That's right.
So how could you realize that you are such a business person?
I used to read the papers every day. You know, I got into the habit of reading the papers during the wartime because once D-Day occurred, what the papers used to do is run a map of Normandy, of where our soldiers were and where the enemy was. And so I used to read the Daily Herald every single day to keep up with where our troops were on the continent during the war. And so I just got in the habit of reading the newspaper every day.
Yeah, I saw you still bringing a newspaper today as well. What is that? What is that newspaper?
The Times.
Times.
Yep.
So you pay for the membership subscription of the Times and still for
No, this is supplied free of charge by the club.
I see, I see. So nowadays, not many people like having a habit of reading books, or most of us, I admit that. So we are actually reading our phone a lot. So how do you think about? How do you comment that?
Well, I think England is a nation of newspaper readers. And so I'm just one of them. I think we all like to read the news.
And do you think the news on the newspaper are slightly different from the news that we read on the phone?
Yes, much more detail,
Much more detail.
and much more interesting.
So, because nowadays we have short videos and we have so many information bouncing to us, and it's really hard to digest them and read and think deeply. Would you agree?
I'm not sure. I think people have become lazy. Uh, they used to read a lot, not so much anymore. But the important thing is to know whether your source of information is really keeping you up to date on what's happening out in the world.
And you like the habit. You had such a habit since you were only a child.
Well, that's right, because in our day, it was the radio that kept you informed.
Mm.
And so, for example, I remember listening to speeches by Sir Winston Churchill on the radio. We used to be enthralled.
I see.
The whole family would sit around the table listening to Churchill giving his speeches, and we were thrilled. I mean, we all loved Winston Churchill.
Yeah, he's a great.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
I remember listening to his speeches.
and does any of his speeches still inspire you to date?
Yes, of course. Churchill was a patriot. He was responsible for winning the Second World War
Hmm.
and saving all of us. I mean, you can't imagine how many millions of people were killed by the Nazis in those days, but not here in England because he scared them off. They were too afraid to invade because Churchill was there and would defeat them.
Yeah. So, once I suppose you went to the school after the Second World War. You had a chance to go back to school. So I suppose during the Second World War, it must affect a lot of people's carry on with their education.
Well, I was in primary school at that time and then in secondary school. So it was my early education. It wasn't affected by the war at
That's lucky. That's
Yeah.
really lucky.
Yeah, I went to a school in Finchley called Christ's College, Finchley, and it was a regular grammar school with a secondary school education.
Hmm.
And I'm very pleased because what I did as a result of going to that school and the training I got there was to take a scholarship that won me a place for free at the London School of Economics. So it was because I was at Christ College, Finchley, that I ended up at LSE with a first class,
Wow.
worldwide first class
Wow.
education.
So reading does bring you a lot of skills. And what is your most favorite subject while you are at the school?
I was always interested in geography and travel to different countries.
So have you also traveled to a lot of countries?
I've traveled to a lot of countries.
And I heard that you've been to China as well.
Yes, I've spent a lot of time in China.
And what is your most favorite city in China?
Well, the city I've been to that I suppose is my favorite
Beijing?
must still be Beijing. Yeah,
Beijing, yeah.
yeah.
So
There's so much going on.
what time of year about when you went to China in Beijing?
Well, I spent a whole year in China, so I'm particularly fond of the spring,
Spring, yes.
May, blossom time.
Yeah. And the food? Do you like Chinese
I
food?
love Chinese food. Yes,
And you spend a year there or on business or
uh,
just for
no, on business.
I see.
Yes,
I see.
I was selling a NOx reduction system for the automotive industry.
And you are very successful in the business world. For example, even when you were early at the in the LSE, you brought up an idea of setting up the AIESEC
Yes,
in the
yes,
UK. So
yes.
yeah, can you tell us the story about that time as
Well,
well?
it's quite simple. Um, uh, the head of the students' union at LSE asked to see me, and when I went to see him, he showed me a letter
Mhm.
that he had received from Finland,
Mm.
and that letter was from Hannu Kerkkinen was the name, president of AIESEC in Finland, and he was saying that LSE ought to be a member of AIESEC, and he begged me to do something about it. And so I thought, well, that's a great idea. I hadn't been aware of it before. I said it's wonderful to enable students to travel around the world and work in different countries and learn different countries. It's a great idea. And so I started work on developing ISEC here in the UK.
I still remember you told me that in the very early year you don't have any fundings to run
No
this.
funding at all.
Yeah, how could you manage it? How could you manage to raise fundings to start this program in the university?
Well, I simply knocked on doors. Uh, what I did was to send a letter, a sort of begging letter, to 500 different companies asking for support. And the first step in that support was getting an actual physical interview with the chairman of the board or the managing director. So I got about 60 responses and 20 traineeships. I went and I visited the corporate offices, explained the program, and sold them on taking a foreign student.
So what makes you unique comparing to other?
There wasn't anybody else in the country doing that. There were no exchange programs uh, except for the technical one. So there was a similar one, but it was run by a professional individual rather than by a student. We were an entirely student-run organization, and I created it and developed it as a student organization and that made it unique.
Wow. And it went out very successful. Have you ever thought about that? It will be such successful until now.
Well, I've had a number of people ask me about it, so yes, I have, and I'm very pleased with the fact that we were so successful. Didn't have any major problems. The key was my interviewing of corporate directors and persuaded them to take students and pay money. So they were a cost to the business, but it wasn't that difficult. I didn't have that much of a problem
Yeah.
persuading people that they ought to take a foreign student. And the rationale behind it was because for every foreign student we place in an internship for the summer, we get an internship in the home country of the person we're taking as a student.
Yeah, even now, AIESEC, I think most of the audience may not be familiar with AIESEC organization. It's a charity group, and it encourages a lot of international students from all over the world to join this group and to find internship opportunities to build up their leadership as entrepreneur. So it helps, and it's just like a butterfly effect that it is spread out all over the world.
Right. Well, it's what it did was give students the opportunity to travel, a reason to travel, and in some cases, the funds to travel. So it was very appealing just in order to travel and work abroad was something that the students wanted to do, did do, and enjoyed. And those same students went on to create all the opportunities for the future because they'd been so happy with the experience they themselves had.
Yeah, I went to one of the annual celebration, alumni celebration on boat,
Yeah.
with all kinds of a reward of the competition throughout the UK, including students from all over the universities. And I saw their passion, and I'm really impressed by their passion. But nowadays, not, I would say, for the younger generations now, we have a very good, comfortable living environment. We have a phone on hand. We're not that after for food. We're not hungry anymore, and most of us will find it harder to find our happiness and the meaning of life. So, would you reckon what is the main element to bring in for these younger generations in the RSEC group that they are quite different from other normal university
Well,
students?
I'm not really in touch, so I can't really share. But I can't believe that people don't want to travel and experience foreign countries, foreign people, and foreign uh, activities. I think it's still as strong today as it used to be. Otherwise, the travel industry wouldn't be so large.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, the travel business is still doing unless the COVID period.
Yeah.
But now I think it's boosting back to the market and people's traveling around. And I saw you have habit for reading the news and how would you think through all these years, is anything changed?
Not really. People's desires and wishes are pretty much the same. They haven't changed much.
So for yourself, what do you think about the meaning of your life? That's a very broad question, I would say. It's a very maybe it's also a very stupid question.
I think the meaning of life is really tied up with family.
Mm.
And I'm glad that I got married and had children and was able to experience the raising of children. Can we help you?
It's not allowed to
What's he saying?
go
I can't hear him.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, no background, or we just talk here.
up.
Okay.
Even if there's
What?
nobody behind.
I see. Okay.
So sorry.
What's the issue?
All right. So can I just recording a video like that? No. No. Okay. All right.
No, he's just recording me.
Yeah.
It's an interview. Is that not allowed here? Ah, you see, I didn't know. Well, we'll just have to let it go. I won't do it again, I promise.
Just
Yeah. I'll probably die first.
no, that's it.
It's a really treasure for me to have such a nice gathering with Lionel sitting down here quietly. Yeah, we're talking about ourselves. We're talking about any other people around this background. We're not disturbing anybody, honestly.
Post they're gonna see it. I'm gonna be in trouble.
So there was no people in the background. Okay.
Better put
Okay. All right.